let me get this straight. So, in case the world hasn't heard yet, Roman Reigns, my favorite guy, the guy, is suspended for 30 days for violating wellness policy, WWE. And the one thing in the world that can comfort me, my girl, the girl, Taylor Swift, is not in the intro anymore. What is this shit?
It's just for today. Today's a special day, okay? It's Lana Del Rey's birthday.
Oh, my God. You know what? That's why I'm having such a terrible day.
I won't deny you the pleasure of enjoying Lana Del Rey's birthday.
You're darn tootin' you're not.
This is awful. I need Taylor to comfort me, and now I'm without Reigns for 30 days, and I'm without Taylor Swift too. This is just horrible. I'm done.
I thought we had a lot to talk about.
We have a ton.
As it was.
We have a ton to talk about.
As it was, and then I worked 14 hours. I would typically not even do the show on a day like this when I was stuck with overtime, but then as it was around 3 o'clock, I'm about to close my eyes and finally go to sleep for the day to wake up to do this show. And there it is. Bam. I see the news. Violation. Wellness policy.
And I thought it was a hoax because you remember this happened like a year or two ago, and it started spreading like wildfire, and then it was like, nope, hoax. But this time it was real, and it does answer because I think the first big surprise in the chain of surprises that we got was Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns clean in the middle of the ring.
Clean. Straight up, wow.
Right,
Money in the Bank beats him for the title. When you think that he was going to have a lengthy reign as he's the new guy coming out of WrestleMania.
The asterisk on that is that there was a ref bump and a spear and then a pinfall that couldn't be counted. So if you want to say it wasn't, squeaky clean, sure. But in no way, shape, or forms did Seth Rollins cheat to win.
No.
He simply outmaneuvered Reigns in that match. He reversed a spear into a pedigree, got a 2 count,
phenomenal.
Hit a second pedigree, and like magic, just won. And it was very strange to see that because you're saying this guy's been unbeatable for almost a year. He lost one match to Bray Wyatt when the Wyatt family interfered. So how did and Seth Rollins' character is such that he slimes his way out of situations where
he doesn't normally get straight big time clean wins over big baby faces like that. It was very shocking.
And then the next somewhat it wasn't as surprising, but it was a nice. It ended the night off on a very high note. Was Dean Ambrose, like he said he was going to do if he won Money in the Bank, cashed in and won the WWE title, and in a span of about 5 minutes, every member of the Shield was WWE champion.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that great?
That is great.
What a feeling.
Not only is that great, but for those who are fortunate enough to remember, recently on the show, I said if Dean Ambrose ever wins that title, he's got to pin Rollins for it because it would complete the trifecta of Seth Rollins pinned Roman Reigns to win the title. Roman Reigns had pinned Dean Ambrose to win his first title. So that Dean Ambrose would have to pin Seth Rollins to win his first title, and that came to fruition as well.
Remember when we sat here and we talked about who would win this Money in the Bank, and we all pretty much agreed it's Kevin Owens or Dean Ambrose, given the possibilities. We didn't see anything else going on for the other guys. And we all kind of felt they could do that with the Shield. That would be the most awesome possible outcome, but there's no way they're actually going to do that because it's too awesome, and they did, and it was.
Yes.
It was.
It is great. It increases the stock of the Shield, even though that group has been defunct for almost 2 years now. Over 2 years.
A legit tear came into my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was smiling very giddy as somebody who was such a huge fan of the Shield.
You know, it was the room I was in lit up. It was funny because I made everybody nervous because when Dean Ambrose cashed in and it looked like he had it, it seemed like it was going to be cut and dry. He's going to win this match. I said, how much heat would fall on Reigns if he cost Ambrose winning this title right now, just out of spiteful bit, and everybody went, "Oh my god!" and leaned in,
oh no,
and then that didn't happen.
Now hypothetically, think about that for a second, though. That would have been really interesting. I'm glad we got what we got, but that would have been really interesting to see to spark like a Reigns heel turn, which we've all wanted, I think, and then to have that feud between Ambrose and Reigns, like heel versus face, definitively.
I totally agree. But it's really cool time for all of them, except for, of course,
it's a lot to process.
Except for, of course, we found out that maybe the reason that Roman Reigns lost is because they needed to get that title off of him.
Question for the both of you. Do you think Dean Ambrose would be champion right now? Do you think we would have this awesome moment if Roman Reigns did not violate the wellness policy and get suspended? Because you had to know that he already had violated it, that had known before that main event happened.
I think so. Because because it would book towards a triple threat. And here's the other thing. I mean, maybe Seth Rollins would be the champion right now, or maybe he would have catched. It's hard to say, but here's the thing: people are already seem to have not done any sort of math and have decided that, they just advertised this triple threat match. How could they suspend Roman Reigns? The next pay-per-view is more than 30 days away. So
right, of course, but isn't that like kind of crappy though to say like, all right, well he's still going to be in the main event, and I'm big of Reigns fans to come, but like he gets suspended and he gets a month off, and then he's not going to be on any TV leading up to that, and he's still going to be in the main event. Like I don't see what the punishment is here.
Hasn't that kind of been his whole career? Has been like he doesn't do anything and then he gets put in the main event?
Stop it! That's not true at all.
Well, you would think that it is strange, because if they're still going to go through with the match, which we all want, and I'm glad they're still giving it to us, but like you just said, and like everyone else is saying in our Facebook group, that the build is going to be very strange and awkward from there. They could have easily, all right, so on Raw they had a number one contenders match, Rollins and Reigns, to face Ambrose at the pay-per-view, which ended in a double count-out. Good main event, by the way, yeah. To set up the triple threat match, which Shane made, but they could have easily had Rollins just go over in some fashion, hook or by crook, to just have Rollins face him.
Or they could have just not had Reigns on the show at all, or not had that, or Reigns was on the show but not have that match at all. Like I'm surprised that match was even like a thing to begin with, let alone the fact that it ended in a no contest and resulting in a triple threat at Battleground. That's what's weird to me.
Well, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Well, no, like not knowing what we know now and just thinking, okay, well, they're going to have a match to set this up. I think the obvious thing was going to be that there's going to be no contest of some sort and it'll be a triple threat. But if you take into the fact that they knew, the higher up supposedly, according to the sheets, grain of salt, of course, but that they knew Reigns was going to be suspended, then like that's just so odd to me that would forget about the fact that he's going to even be in this triple threat. The fact of even putting him in that situation on Raw to begin with, I don't understand that.
Gentlemen, here's my next line of questioning, and I'm gonna ask it to you like Vince Russo. You ready?
Swerve.
Do you guys think, because we're getting this triple threat match early instead of SummerSlam, do you think that Brock Lesnar is facing Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam? Do you think that?
Very possible.
Can I interject? Can I actually interject with a quick buy or sell, and then we'll feed off of that?
Sure.
Oh, you can.
Okay, I think that by the time now the answer is much more clear. But when I wrote this, I still thought this was interesting. Buy or sell, the main event of Battleground remains a Shield triple threat match.
Buy.
I guess it's got to be now, right? Because there's no way for them to take out Reigns unless they just say, screw it.
What do you think Roman Reigns did?
I think it's steroids.
It's probably some kind of, maybe not steroids exactly, but probably some kind of performance-enhancing drug, I'm sure.
Something of that nature. But let's just call it steroids for now.
That's such a 90s thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so was heroin, but people are still doing it now.
Yeah, but like, it's like that's
there are so many better things that people are, not better, but you know what I mean, supplements that people are taking.
It's sort of evolved beyond like steroids now, just the same way like
anabolic steroids.
All right, I know. I'm just being funny, but anyway, I got a feel now that the most logical thing for the big money main event title match is he has his rematch with Lesnar, and I'm calling it. I think this is it. This is Lesnar's finally going to take a loss. and it's going to be against Dean Ambrose for the title.
So I'm curious. I want to play some more buy or sell for a second here because I'm curious what your answer is now. I wrote this down immediately after Money in the Bank. So this was before Raw even happened, and obviously before Reigns' suspension happened. So let me hear what you guys' gut was beforehand and now here. Over under, Dean Ambrose loses the WWE title, and the over under I had was SummerSlam. So what do you guys think right now at this moment?
Dean Ambrose
judging by what you just said, Danny, yours would be over.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I probably would push.
You think it's at SummerSlam, so that's kind of along the lines I was thinking originally.
Right.
Now I'm not so sure.
I figured you got to you don't want to just give him the title to say you gave him the title. And I would think let him get away at least one pay-per-view where he keeps the title.
So you'd push then.
Yeah.
So what do you suspect happens at SummerSlam then if you're pushing?
Whoever,
you think he loses the title to who?
Whoever he's up against.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, it could be Brock. It could be, AJ Styles.
Roman Reigns.
Could be John Cena. And his name is John Cena.
So Matt, you push. So Denny, if this was asked to you without the Roman Reigns suspension, I'm just curious for shits and giggles, what would your answer have been?
If the Roman Reigns suspension never happened?
Because then you take into the fact of Roman Reigns is still around, and the fact that feud with Seth Rollins is probably still happening too between the three.
If Roman Reigns wasn't suspended, he would still be the champion. Dean Ambrose
straight up, okay. No, I don't mean that. I just mean like after the fact of Ambrose winning is when I originally had this over under. So Ambrose is the champion.
And that's the thing, though. I fully agree. I fully believe 100% that Ambrose won because Roman Reigns was getting suspended.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like I can't answer that question.
Yeah, gotcha.